This is Grappplers Talk.
What is up, fans of Grapplers Talk? This is Dave coming at you with another episode each and every week. Thank you to the fans for downloading and tuning into the podcast. We appreciate all the love and support we get out there. It means the world to the Grapplers Talk team and everyone involved with the show. I'm excited for all the things going on in the jiu-jitsu community. There's a big Arte Suave event going on this weekend, and we'll get talking about that here shortly. But first of all, I just want to say thank you to our partners out there over at Spar Bar Soap. Check them out on Instagram, like them, follow them online. Go to their page, order some Spar Bar soap. It's amazing product. I love using their soap. They have great scents, but not only that, it actually works to keep you clean after training. So go use their soap. Type in code word Grapplers Talk, and you will get 10% off of your order. That's Spar Bar Soap. Like and follow them on Instagram. Also, thank you to our partners over at Butterfly X, BFX Gear on Instagram. They're awesome at what they do, and man, they do provide a great product, great rash guards, great quality gis now, belts. They got it all. So go follow them, go like their page. If you go to their website and order anything, type in code word Grapplers Talk 10, you'll get 10% off of your order over there. So thank you to our partners. We really appreciate the support out there that we get. I'm thrilled to welcome on to Grapplers Talk this week a big-time competitor in our local circuit. He's out there representing the brand YJJS, and I think I said that correctly this time. So you probably seen him on the Arte Suave cards. He's all around. He's out there doing the damn thing. None other than Nima, man. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Thanks for having me, bro. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. And I've seen you around for years now, and I just wanted to kind of get to know you a little bit better and hear your story. You got a big match coming up, and we'll get into that shortly. But first of all, I just like to find out your route and how you got started in jiu-jitsu. What was the reason you went into the gym, and where did you go?
Yeah. Well, I did a couple years of wrestling in high school, a long time ago. I'm 32 now. I was transitioning jobs like at like 29, every day, every year, like post high school, I'd always be like, oh, I'm about to start jujitsu. I'm about to start jujitsu. I'm about to start jujitsu.
Yeah.
And then all it took for me to be is like unemployed for a few months where I'm just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna finally start jujitsu. And so, yeah, I just went ahead and I used to work with, I don't know if you know Drea Santos, black
Okay.
belt out of Saber Jiu-Jitsu, and she always told me, hey, anytime you want to start, Saber's right here in Concord, and it's local. And it was January 2023. Just walked in there, instantly fell in love with the sport. The coach is awesome, Bryant Pangilinan. Yeah, it's been just like a really cool academy, and so it's been a little under 3 years. So it'll be 3 years in January of me doing jujitsu. But yeah, man,
Wow.
I got instantly hooked right away. I was like, oh, I haven't wrestled in like over 10 years. Am I gonna like, is anything gonna like translate? And at the first few months, I was like, not figuring it out. But at the end of the day, I feel like the wrestling experience kind of helped me a bit. And
Yeah.
being 300 pounds also helped a bit. Uh, but yeah, it's been great. Honestly, I love my team. Got blessed to like, a year into it when I became a blue belt, started competing more, went to worlds, competed at Masters Worlds. And, after that first year, year one of blue belt, I got the call from YJJS, Roman, and was just like, hey, we'd love to have you. And I was just stoked. And, it's been a great team. I know, David, Andre,
Yeah.
all them. Everyone just gets along so well. It's been a great community. And like, it's crazy because like, I've met people from like all over now. Like my first loss was at Adult Worlds last May, where I lost to a dude from Sweden who was, it's like, and now he's my boy, like
Yeah.
met a guy from Sweden, I have friends from Brazil, I met my wife through jujitsu at our
Wow.
academy,
Congratulations.
thanks.
Yeah.
And, that I'm trying to change my last name to hers because she's Brazilian. So maybe it'll help me out on the IBJJF circuit. But yeah, it's just been like a cool ride. And like, I'm blessed to like be able to do this still, at 32. And
Yeah.
you know, I feel like I'm way better shape now at 32 than I was in my 20s. So it's like I lost a bunch of weight when I first started. Then I started lifting again, and now I'm just like, you know, obviously I work full time in insurance, and then just like when I'm not working, I'm just training. Luckily,
Yeah.
my wife also does it, and she outranks me. So it's like I got like, if I don't want to train one day, she's just gonna call me a bitch, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go train. You know, like it's been cool, and I love it. You know, like I've met so many friends. Most of my friends all do jujitsu now, and just like it's just been a great community builder. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and you're a big scary dude in competition. If anyone's ever seen you compete, I mean, you compete with some big boys, and you've never backed down to a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, I did Masters Worlds this year. You know, I had a 40-man bracket. Faced a 6'10" dude in the quarterfinals. You
Wow.
know, like he was a big boy. Faced like this aspiring pro wrestler out of Kentucky. You know, it was just like, you know, again, you're meeting like huge giants out of like all over the states. And yeah, I went 4-1 that day, lost in the finals off like a very small advantage at the end. But you know, I was really happy with my performance. You know, I never had 5 matches in a day, let alone an hour and a half, you know, and like,
Right.
and, you know, I was really happy with it. And, you know, I was able to take silver there. So I was happy. You know, I did Nogi Worlds last December, took bronze there. So I'm hoping, you know, hoping this December, you know, it's going to be my last shot most likely my last shot at blue to be able to like, you know, win that world title. So hopefully in December, I get that Nogi world title.
Yeah.
That's what I'm shooting for right now.
Yeah. You know, you're a big guy, and in competition in the heavyweight division, you know, sometimes you see a lot of cardio issues and things like that, but you're a guy that goes out there and you really push the pace. And how are you able to maintain that cardio, and especially for being such a big guy?
I'm blessed to have a strength and conditioning coach named Jeff Miller. You know Don as well. You know,
Yeah.
like we
Yeah.
both train with Jeff. You know, we're both in the same weight room at least twice a week. You know, doing our not just strength training. Obviously, we're always trying to get stronger, but you know, we always get those cardio circuits into. You know,
Yeah.
that deathly rogue echo bike. You know, the assault bike that everyone hates. You know, we just do a bunch of that. You know, we do a lot of cardio circuits. You know, and obviously just a lot of lifting. And it's just Jeff's been great, man. It was a game changer. I got started lifting with Jeff because when I first started jujitsu, I kind of like stopped lifting entirely because I was like, oh, I just love. And then I realized I'm like, my body's kind of hurting a little bit, so I started lifting. I contacted him because I like knew him through a lot of mutual people, and yeah, because he's also a Saber purple belt, and yeah, just you know, we connected. He like told me about what he does, and I immediately started lifting with him at least twice a week, doing cardio. And I feel like I've just like gotten so much stronger, gotten so much better cardio. And you know, I always said like last year at Masters Worlds, I felt like I got robbed. I was like, oh, like looking back and like at the moment I was just like, oh man, like I should have won this. Like I was being so stupid. I did something wrong. But like looking back on it now, I'm in way better shape than I was last year. And I'm like, you know what? I don't think I could have done 5 matches like that last year. But
Yeah.
like now I finally feel like, okay, I can actually do this. And obviously there's always room for improvement. So like I'm still trying to like work that cardio because I still try to compare myself to the smaller bendy guys who are always, you know, who have like I'm like, you know, I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, you're so big and strong. No, I want to be the dude who's, you know, like
Yeah.
quick, inverted. Like, I'm going to beat you in a sprint. I'm going to beat you in a run right now. Oh, you think your
Right.
mile time's faster than me? No way. It might be, you know, the mile time might be faster than me, but
But you're gonna push it. Yeah.
I'm going to push it, bro. Like, I'm going to
Yeah.
push it. Yeah.
That's what it's about. I want to back up a little bit and talk about your very first competition, if you remember it.
Yeah.
Looking back, what was going on in your mind the very first time stepping in front of everybody? Did you feel confident? And what were the results like?
Well, like like I had like 2 comps kind of back to back. They were both world leagues. The first time we have another black belt at our academy, Isaac Stice, and you know he was like my boy. Like he's like a younger black belt. He's in his 20s, and like he told me right away because he like Bryant, Pangolin, Isaac, and a lot of people like saw the potential that I could like be a good competitor. So I remember he was the coach that day, and he straight up told me he's like, run through these motherfuckers. And I was just
Yeah.
like, he's like, I remember he showed me one match. He's like, you're better than that. And I immediately like, I went 2-0 that first day. I did like 2 Americanas, obviously.
Yeah.
And then,
If it works, it works.
yeah. And then I did like 3, like not even like maybe a month or 2 later, I did another World League. This time I had a bigger bracket. I had 4 matches. I hit everyone with the same choke, and I was like, "Hey, this is actually pretty." By after the second or third, I was just like, "There's no way the next guy's gonna see that I like this choke, right?" And then like
Yeah.
again, I was like, "Oh, okay." So that was fun. But yeah, and then right after that second tournament, I was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna keep competing." And it's not about like just winning and stuff. It was just like the thrill leading up to it. And I feel like after every tournament, you just get like a little better and like
Right.
you figure out where your holes are and how you can improve on that. And it's not just about like, oh, I won. It's like, okay, well, how can I win in an even more dominant fashion the next time?
Yeah.
Like luckily I didn't lose that white belt. I probably should have, honestly, because when I finally lost that blue belt, that was like pretty tough.
Yeah.
I was just like, damn, I actually like, it was like
Devastating.
devastating. It was 5 months in the blue belt. I like faced the Swedish guy in the second round. I went into blue belt adult worlds thinking like I'm gonna beat everyone,
Yeah.
but no, like my second match, I went up against this former professional handball player in Sweden, and he was like 6'7", and I remember looking at his match and be like, oh, okay, I got this guy. Like it's gonna be a tough match, but I got this guy. I remember he literally did like he took my back from close guard, like arm drag, stayed glued to me, just climbed my
Yeah.
back, and like he ended up choking me out. And like, I mean, I tapped, but like, I just remember thinking like, oh, there's levels. Like there's
Yeah.
even at blue belt, there's levels to this, and I needed that. Like I really needed that. Obviously, that day sucked. The next day sucked, but I was just like, again, by the next tournament, I was a lot better than I was that tournament, right? So
Yeah.
it was cool. And again, like even when I lose, I hate it. Obviously, I hate losing, but like afterwards, I always just like gain an appreciation for it. Like
Yeah.
I feel like okay, well now I know exactly. Sorry, sorry about that.
It's
I
all
have a
good.
bloodhound. He's a pretty loud bloodhound. I apologize for that. Uh, but yeah, no. Oh heck no! 1 second. Let's get these guys out of here. All right. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
But yeah, where was I? I was talking about, yeah, just like, again, like off those losses, you just learn way more than you do from your wins, right?
Oh yeah.
So it was like, again, every time I lose, I'm really appreciative of that just because like I know I'm going to be ready to go the next time and I'm not going to lose the way I.
Yeah.
This time. So yeah.
Yeah. Jiu-jitsu is an evolving sport in my mind. And, there's new things coming up in the jiu-jitsu scene that, people are becoming fans of. You see the CJI walls or the UFC pit or whatever you want to call them all. You got the different rule sets coming into place. You got quintets popping up, and that's what leads me to the next topic. Is you got to compete in Arte Suave's first quintet tournament
Yeah.
in San Luis Obispo. Talk about the experience of not only competing on the team, but you guys also won.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a unique strategy, and talk about the whole experience it was like competing in a quintet.
Oh yeah, that was actually super fun. I was not happy with my performance personally. I felt like I had so much going on in my brain about like, I don't think I like mentally like I understood really what was going on in the sense of like the whole like tagging out thing and all that stuff. 'Cause I
Yeah.
felt like multiple times I could have tapped my guy out and I was just like, wait, hold on, what? Like,
What's
wait,
gonna
tag
happen
out?
if I do, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, again,
Yeah.
like it was a kind of a brain fart on my end there. But yeah, it was super fun. Like, like, shout out to Don for really setting that up and like being able to do that. Alfredo for doing that, and shout out to the sponsorship, YJJS, for like being down with us doing that.
Yeah.
Like really putting us out there and just like representing for the athletes of our brand. It was super cool. Like it was, yeah. I just remember like leading up to it. I wasn't really too hung up on like the lineup and like what was going to happen. I was like, whatever everyone else wants, sort of thing. And honestly, I just stuck with the whoever like brought up the very first lineup idea. And I was like, let's just do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's not argue about it. Like we're good. Like let's go.
Just keep the
Uh,
team together,
keep the
right?
team together. That's all. That's what it's all about. But yeah, it was like super cool because it's like, um, yeah, like going into it, it was just like we didn't really know exactly what was going to happen, like about the other team much. Really, I didn't like see a lot of. I know they had like one good guy, like their 170 pounder was solid, um, but yeah, it was just like again, like leading up to it, I just think like Don told us all the rules and stuff, and it was just a fun experience. I'm like trying to remember it right now because it was just like it was like a
Yeah.
while ago, but I just remember like after I lost, because I couldn't submit the guy, right? So like I got
It's a double
eliminated, like we both
elimination.
got
Yeah.
eliminated, and then it was up to Kevin. And honestly, me when I saw that Kevin was next, I'm like, oh, it's a wrap because like
Yeah.
he's a dog. Like
Yeah.
Kevin's a straight dog, and like obviously I had high hopes for him against the 145-pound guy that they had.
Yeah.
And the next guy was just like, oh, I'm pretty sure Kevin's got this. And sure enough, he got that armbar finish. And
Yeah.
we all just jumped in like unison, like celebrating. It was such a cool experience, man. Just because like we were technically like maybe down or like it's like whoever won that match like was gonna win, right? So
Yeah.
was going to win for the team. So it was just like super cool. And like, again, like the other team was also super cool. Like they were nice guys. Like we chatted up with them as well. But yeah, I was just happy. And like Kevin from YJJS, one of the other guys, owners, he was there and supporting us. Yeah, luckily my wife was there coaching us. Like,
Yeah.
it was just like a really cool experience with the team. And like, I've never experienced anything like that. Let alone like not just a quintet, but a tag team quintet. That was just crazy. So
Yeah. Do you see yourself doing more events like that in the future? Did you like it that much?
oh yeah, for sure. I like my Coach Brian always tells us like do all rule sets, like compete in every rule set, gi, no gi, all that stuff, sub only, like everything. Just like do it, it'll just get you even better, right?
Oh yeah.
So
I like that.
yeah, like he's all about that, and I just feel like I kind of just listen to that, and like a lot of people say that as well. So I don't know. I personally like I love the gi the most, and I just feel like I also love IBJJF. I know people hate IBJJF.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I
yeah.
get
There's
I
their
get why,
haters.
100%. I get why, but like I feel good when I win at an IBJJF major, right? Like
Yeah.
that's just like a good feeling. Like it just feels like I don't know. Like the tournament itself just feels so just cool. I don't know. It's really
Yeah.
cool.
It's
But also,
prestigious.
I love the sub only rule set as well. Like I love doing Arte Suaves, and Don and Alfredo do a really good job of letting like the grapplers that are on the matches, really show the personality a bit, right? And that's
Yeah.
huge, right. You don't see that often, especially because at the end of the day, a lot of the people who are doing, um, like not everyone is like an 18-year-old phenom. Not everyone's like a black belt world champ doing this stuff. Some of us, a lot of us have jobs and stuff.
Right.
We're like part time doing this, and like obviously we're giving it our all and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But like giving us that like ability to like really be ourselves, have fun, let loose, show the people like what our personality really is. Like that's huge, man. Like I love that stuff, and like being able to like the whole all subs legal thing,
Yeah.
except for no slams. And I'm down with that. I'm cool with no slams, dude. I got to go to work on Monday and all
Yeah.
that. So, yeah, like I just love, again, all rule sets is cool. Like I'm sure I'll do a fight to win at some point. But I just love it, man. Arte Suave
Yeah.
did a quintet with Arte Suave, IBJJF. I don't know if I'm gonna do many more. Like I love, tournament registration fees and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I'll just stick with IBJJF instead of doing more extra stuff with like World League and stuff. But I got friends, teammates always doing World League as well, so I go out and show support. That way, I can actually see David too, because I know David's
Yeah.
always at those World Leagues in
Oh
Stockton.
yeah.
Shout out David, man, the meme god.
Yeah. Hove Kage, man. He is
Hokage.
amazing with those memes. Great friend of the show.
Yeah.
YJJS athlete as well,
Right.
but he is the man. But Big Nemo, I want to talk about your comp schedule. How do you train when it comes to a big competition like Nogi Worlds or Master Worlds or anything like that may be coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I'll like go back to like Masters Worlds, maybe. Like I After Adult Worlds, I think was the quintet, and after the quintet, like I had a week of just like being chill, like rolling, but like not going super hard. Then I
Right.
started picking it up, and I was always just trying to like. Luckily, I got a few black belts that I train with that are really big, like some big boys like me as well, and very technical. I got Isaac that I mentioned. He's like 230, 240 pounds, and like, but he's an open guard player, so he's just
Yeah.
like really challenges me to like work on my top game and stuff like that. And I think like 5 weeks out is when I really start picking up the intensity. um Again, I just do a lot of like what my coaches say, like I just listen to what they say. Like I feel my body out as well. And yeah, so I think being able to have a strength and conditioning coach as well as a jiu-jitsu coach, and them both of them knowing how my body operates and knowing what my schedule is like, again, it just like really helped out, and it all came in unison. And like again, like 5 weeks out is when I really push the intensity, and just like a week out is when I know some people like really need to train like the entire week, even up to like a competition. But I'm 6'5", 310 pounds maybe.
Yeah.
Like, my body needs as much recovery as it can get. So I'm okay with like getting 3-4 days rest before
Right.
like a major. Obviously, like super fights and stuff, it's one match. You're going all out for that one match.
Right.
Like tournaments and stuff like that, like it's gonna be it's gonna be a task, right? It's gonna be, you're gonna
Yeah.
have multiple matches. You got to be ready for it. So yeah, I like to like taper off like that week of, and like get it. I like getting 3-4 days off beforehand. Honestly, I feel good, and just making sure I get like a really good warm up in before the tournament.
Yeah.
I like feeling like I had like a little tiny match before I actually compete. That just makes me get the lungs woken up. Because every time I haven't like warmed up heavy, being at a tournament with just me and my wife, like just like a regular open tournament, and not having that good warm up, like those first 2 minutes sometimes, like you
Oh
feel
yeah.
the lungs a little bit. You're like,
Yeah.
oh man,
Yeah.
it's like I'm feeling it right now, and like obviously you keep going because it's more of a mindset thing. But yeah, it's like having that like big good warm up before a tournament. Like again, I wrestled too, so like same thing when I was in high school. But yeah, just like having that warm up, good hard warm up really helps going into a tournament, and having that good little few day taper for me. Again, that's like how it's been for me. Obviously, other people are
Right.
different, and I'm just a blue belt, so like I'm sure it's gonna change throughout the next few years or whatever. Like obviously, I'm gonna like again like since I started, I feel like my prep has just been a little different each time. Like okay, this worked this time, this didn't work this time. Like the food I want to eat the day of a comp, like that's still like what digests best like the day of a comp, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm still just like figuring out and like improving on like each comp. So yeah.
Right. There's a lot of things though about that you talked about, and you really just got to do what's best for you at that time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
everyone's going to be a little bit different, but you got to do what's working. You're going to definitely learn what works for your body and what doesn't, but over time, you're going to develop your own strategy. And something that people don't talk about enough, right, is the rest, the recovery, right? Everyone wants to be Billy Badass and training 7 days a week, 14 times a day, like Mikey Musumeci, like it's not a reality, especially as age starts to set in. And with jujitsu, the slightest little thing, there goes your ACL or your leg, or anything can happen on the mat. So it's very crucial that you're taking care of yourself before your tournaments, before your matches, but you're listening to your body and doing what you feel is best, right?
100%, 100%. You nailed it on the head. Like honestly, like again, everyone is different. Like there is some people who have their own philosophies and stuff, and I don't like, I don't hate on it. I'm just like, you do you. I know what works best for me. I I know like if I was training 7 days a week, I don't know if I'd be able to come talk to you right now. I'd have to be laying on the bed right now. Just like again, I do train a lot. Like I do train like five, at least 5 times a week. Like I like try to push 6 sometimes, and I lift twice a week for the most part, like a one upper day, one lower day. But like I couldn't lift like 4 days a week on top of all the jujitsu I'm doing, right? So I have
Yeah.
to like I wouldn't be able to lift 600 pounds like if I'm lifting every day, that sort of thing. So it's like having that. I don't want to say sign. Well, I'm happy I have coaches that provide that scientific approach for me, right?
Right.
And we gauge how it is every week. It's like, okay, we did this and this and this, and like your recovery was like this. So, all right, we might have to change a few things for next week and stuff like that. Like changing it as you go as well, but still keeping like the common goal in mind that like at the end of the day, we're just trying to be better for the next comp, and just be better in general. So
Yeah, that's what it's about, and I think that, you can't do much wrong like in the early days because it's all experimental, right? Everything that you're doing is just to try to see what works, especially at the white blue belt times, and once you get onto purple and brown, then you can start to really tone in your process and in preparation. But in the beginning, you really just got to, throw something at the wall to see what sticks
yeah,
and experiment a little bit, right?
yeah, 100%.
I
Totally agree.
I got a couple things I want to talk to you about. Number one is upcoming this weekend. We're gonna release this episode the day before Arte Suave. So this Saturday, October 4th, you're going up against Kirk Truhill, the Blue Belt Open Weight Champion, correct?
That's what I heard. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Blue Belt Open Weight Champion for Arte Suave. I thought you guys were gonna have a match in Stockton at one point. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did something happen there? Or...
In Stockton? No, I remember Don did approach me about Stockton. Was that before Oakland?
Yes.
Yeah, I had something I was dealing with before
Okay.
that, so I couldn't like there was no way I was going to do the Stockton tournament. I told him ahead of time like Oakland, 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 Oakland,
Yeah.
Oakland, Oakland. But yeah, I remember because I remember like finding I'm like, hey, is there? I literally texted him. I was like, is there a blue belt title? Like, and he's just like, yeah, this guy has it. I'm like, is it? And he's just like, it's open weight. I'm like, hey, bro, put me on. Like,
Yeah.
I remember right away asking him that, and I straight up said for the Oakland card. But I'm trying to think about what was the Stockton. I don't think I was ever.
I don't think you were there.
I don't think
Yeah.
he ever asked me to do the Stockton card though. I
Okay.
remember trying to think right now, but I remember there was no way I could do that Stockton card. No way. But for Oakland, I remember he told me that Kirk like said no, I guess. I don't know. He said he couldn't do it or he's busy that day. And again, I would not have called Kirk out on Oakland card, but apparently he wasn't gonna be there. And then he shows up right before my match. And I'm like, whoa, like, isn't that the guy that I was supposed to face today? And then again, like I have no bad blood with anyone really. Like I'm cool with it. Even with Kirk, like
Yeah.
I'll be like right after the match, like I'll be cool with him. Like no
Yeah.
issue. But like I remember like right before I'm about to get called up, like literally like right before my match, I'm like about to go on the stage and he like comes up to me, he's just like, damn, you're big. I was just like, how much you weigh? And I told him how much I weigh. He asked my name, told him my name, and then he straight up told me, he's like, I'm the one who catted today. And I'm like, I know, it's all good. And then like I remember I went and had my match, um, you know, did pretty well in my match, got interviewed, and I just looked to the side and I do see Don looking at Kirk, pointing at him and like nodding at me a little bit. And I was like, oh, I'm already on top of it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And I just remember I pointed. And it's funny because like the first thing I said was Kirk. And I remember saying like, that boy catted. And I'm like, it's funny because catted, that's like not even in my vocabulary really.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really say that specific word.
I don't even know what it means,
It
but
means
it
like,
sounded good.
yeah, he said it beforehand, so I was like, I guess I'll use that.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I remember like just calling him out, like because he said like let's do a face off, and I was like, hell yeah, that's again. I told you I always want to be in the WWE, so
Yeah.
doing that was just like pretty cool. Again,
Yeah.
no bad blood at all. Just wanted to like it's a good show, It's
Yeah.
fun to do that. Again, and obviously after a win by submission, you're pretty fired up, right? You're like
Right.
hype, like I had a good amount of teammates there supporting me, like they were all hyping me up, and I was like, again, I got the best support system of like my team, so yeah, it's cool because I do feel bad a little bit for calling him out like that because then he has no choice but to face me now.
Yeah.
Which is fine because it's like you have the belt, what that means, right? So
Yeah. Everyone's gunning for him, right?
got it. Like that's how it is. Again, like I'm a big boy in the gym, so everyone usually in the gym to see the big boy, they're like, okay, like especially like people just want to be like, oh, I want to see how I can do up against a big guy. And like I get everyone's full strength all the time, you know,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like I'm dealing with everyone's full strength because they're like, oh, he can take it. He's 300 pounds. And yeah, I can take it. Shit hurts sometimes, but I can take it. And like, but yeah, it's fun. And yeah, just like the call out happened, and it's kind of just like, or it was really organic the way it happened. And it was just like, again, like right after I dapped him up too. I dapped Kirk up right after it. Said,
Yeah.
let's have a good match, you know. And yeah, like maybe like 2 weeks ago ish, Alfredo hit me up saying, all right, let's set it up. And then like Don and Alfredo both were like, all right, let's do it. And then I guess we both agreed. So I remember Don asked me, he's like, you want gi or no gi? And I was just like, honestly, whatever he wants. Obviously, he's the champ. So, and I guess he chose gi, which
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I like gi.
Yeah.
I like gi, and I'm a big boy. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to share any specific approach you're going to be taking with going up against such a size discrepancy between the two of you? I know Kirk's a big guy and a big scary guy. Like if you look at him, he's ripped and shredded,
Mm-hmm.
huge guy. He's not afraid of going up against big guys. But
That's good.
I mean, there's a big size difference here, and Big Nima's got some technical skills to go along with that.
Yeah,
So
it was funny that I remember David posted like our face off, and then he put like Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant next to each other. And again, that's funny because like again, like you said, like Kirk's a big guy. Hulk Hogan
yeah,
was also a big ass guy, right? And then
yeah,
so Andre the Giant. So it's like, yeah, we're both big guys. I'm just a little bigger. Yeah, man, it's funny because like, oh, like I'm just gonna come in with the Eminari roll right away, you know? Like I'm gonna
yeah.
just do an Eminari roll, you know, I'm gonna could do some K guards, like have I, I can't tell you too much of what I'm gonna
Yeah,
do,
yeah,
but
yeah.
if you've seen my matches, I think you might have an idea. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm cool being bottom, I'm cool playing guard, you know, all that stuff. But you know, I don't think it's gonna end up that way, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and it's not very often that Arte Suave puts the blue belts towards the end of the card like that. That's pretty rare for them. So, I mean, they must know it's going to be a banger. Everyone's looking forward to it. I seen the call out video this past week, and I was like, okay, it's going down.
Heck
This is
yeah.
going to be a good one.
No, yeah, I'm stoked for it because like sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Like, at first when I was like, "Oh, co-main," I'm like, and for me, it's funny because like obviously, like I'm around a bunch of upper belts all the time, and like everyone talks shit about blue belts, rightfully so. I get it, 100%. So
Yeah.
obviously, as a blue belt, you're like, "Oh shit, everyone's gonna fucking make fun of me for being like closest to the end because it's like, oh, a blue belt co-main, blah blah." But no, it's like there's a good story there. We're two good, like we're two good competitors locally. People like we have like a lot of like we know a lot of people locally,
Yeah.
so people will want to watch it just because they know both of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be cool. Like again, like I feel like around the Bay Area, like we know a lot of people, like me and Kirk. So and I think he's sponsored as well by like
Yeah. Ground gamer.
yeah, Ground
Yeah.
Gamer. So yeah, again, like it's gonna be cool. Like shout out to Don and Alfredo for even letting us be closest to the end. Like I'm just like, damn, like I thank you. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
I just gotta be happy with it, right? Because would I ever think I'd be a co-main at Blue Belt? No, never.
Yeah.
I didn't think that would be until like 5, 6, 7 years down the road of like doing jujitsu. But right now it's cool. It's gonna be just good experience for me as well to experience like win, lose or draw. It's just like just another experience for me to have. That's gonna just make me even better. So hopefully it
Yeah.
helps me going into Nogi Worlds too.
Right, right. I can't say enough good things about the team over at Arte Suave with Don and Alfredo, and I feel like they listen to the people. They give the people the matches they want to hear. They listen to the competitors. They got a very good ear in the jiu-jitsu scene, and they know the matchups to make, the ones that people are looking forward to. It's always stacked cards. When it comes to an Arte Suave event, they never disappoint, in my opinion.
Yeah, totally agree. Honestly, I feel like when I did the very first Arte Suave card, it was the Walnut Creek card, like last year, and that one was packed. I don't like
Yeah.
that one was super packed, and it was in my hometown of Walnut Creek. You know, it was just like such a fun event. Like obviously, I knew a lot of the local talent there, so it was just like seeing all those matches and like having my first super fight. I didn't win by submission. It was my first super fight. You know, I was just like a little nervous going into it, be like, oh shit, walkout song, like, you know, that sort of thing. And like, you know, I played into the crowd a little bit while I was on top, just like looking at everyone. Like, it was just like a fun time. Should have
Yeah.
probably been a little bit more intense at the moment, but like, I just remember that card and being like, damn. And I remember like approaching everyone at Arte Suave and be like, this is a dope ass event. I'm gonna keep doing this. So yeah, I'm like super stoked, and like again, they're just growing, right? It's just
Yeah.
Arte Suave. Like I think I saw like a YouTube video, like one of their first few, how like it was in a gym or something. I
Yeah.
like, and like now they're like literally like taking and going on venues, theaters, and that sort of thing. Like we're gonna be at the what is it, the California Auto Museum, like in
Yeah.
Sacramento. Like that's so sick. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know I've honestly never been there, so it's like fancy cars and stuff while we're
Yeah.
like
I don't
I
know,
don't know
but
how
I know
much,
it's going to be a
yeah, I
good
don't want to say
show.
anything. I don't know like if there's gonna be antique cars around us while we're like going at it. Like that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like again, I feel like they're only growing, so I'm gonna keep doing the car as long as they'll have me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, great organization. And you can check out the match on pay-per-view if you're not in the area. If you're in the Sacramento or nearby, if you're in driving distance, get out there. It's going to be a sick event. You can still get tickets online. Go support your fighters, your local jiu-jitsu athletes. All of this goes towards a good cause too. Arte Suave doesn't mention enough good things about this, but they do a lot of good work and a lot of charitable stuff with their organization. And I just got to say a huge shout out to that. I have a big heart when it comes to that kind of stuff. And, they were doing it, and like I said, they don't really talk about it that much. So, but they're doing good things. And
They're
if you
good
can,
people.
yeah, if you could go out and support them, go out and buy the pay-per-view this weekend, or go buy your tickets and show up. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah,
Uh,
just show up, everyone. Just show
yeah,
up. Like,
just show
let's get
up.
it packed. Let's get it packed. Like,
Yeah.
that'd be cool to get it packed. Like, obviously, like I'm trying to get everyone I know, like teammates and stuff. I'm like, hey, just go out there. Like, oh, I'll just get the stream. I'm like, yeah, but I want to see your face. You know, like say something like that. And like, I don't know. I just feel like seeing it live would be so fun. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Yeah.
I much rather prefer seeing it live. I can't get into it as much when I'm at home, too many
Too many
distractions.
things,
Yeah.
dogs howling like mine were.
Yeah. But I have a couple quick questions for you, some fun ones. I wanted to know if you could put together your own quintet of anybody in the jiu-jitsu scene right now, top 5, who would you put on there, active competitors?
Like top, like top of the game
You're
type
putting
content.
your quintet together. This is
This
this
is
is
my
Nima's
content.
quintet. Yep.
Who am I going up against?
Does it matter? You gotta build a squad.
I'm taking, okay. We're not going up against like Mika Galvo and those guys are.
I mean, if you don't pick them, you could.
Okay. I'm gonna have probably Diego Pata, the lower one, the 145. Probably get Dante Leon at 155. Get Mika Galva at 170. 195. I would probably pick. Who's a good 195? I don't know.
Giancarlo.
Yeah, that would be cool. Giancarlo or like,
Giancarlo's real good.
yeah, honestly. It's a good one. I'll I'll skip that for now. I'm gonna go 220. I'm gonna pick 220. I'm gonna go with yeah, who's a good 220 guy? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot, obviously, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of them. But I don't know, man. Marigali, if he was healthy, and Victor Hugo at Ultra for sure. I'll
Yeah.
sit out for a Victor Hugo to go in there because that's one guy. Like,
Yeah.
right when I started, I was just like, man, like that dude can move, the big man flow type thing. Yeah, so I feel like when I first started, I was like looking at a lot of Victor Hugo because people say, "Oh, big guys don't play guard."
Oh
Like
yeah.
a lot of that stuff. I'm like, I don't know, man. Maybe not 20 years ago, but right now, the big guys are playing guard. Man. The big guys are playing guard. You gotta have a good guard if you want to like win.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I'd probably again, I'm gonna go with. Trying to think about who was at CJI. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put Craig Jones at
At 195.
At 195. Yeah, Craig Jones at 195. And then I'll put Giancarlo at 220, and then I'll put Victor Hugo at the ultra.
Okay.
I think that's a good squad, I think.
What's your thought on just the overall take? Speaking of Craig Jones, what was your take on CJI as a whole?
Okay. Day one of CJ, I was actually there. I went there, and I competed on day one. Like I had just had 5 matches and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and then went to CJI like an hour and a half later. So I'll be honest, I was pretty fucking tired day one of CJI, and that just so happened to be the day where it's like there were some issues and like people were like complaining a little bit. But again, the matches were all still like for me like I zone in on the matches and just watch that and stuff like that. So like in terms of like the crowd wasn't going like super crazy or anything like that. But like if you're a fan of jujitsu, you're still gonna like watch the
Be into
matches,
it.
like
Yeah.
especially like obviously I still don't know like again. Obviously, I'm a blue belt, so it's like I'm still learning a lot of like these athletes, right? So, and you see them more, and you're like, oh, that's the one that I saw on UFC, like just anywhere,
Yeah.
So, like seeing them and just getting more hooked on watching is like, oh, I saw their YouTube, like I saw a match of them on YouTube and stuff like that. And then you finally get to see them live, and it's just like I got hooked. Like I liked it. I was super tired day one, but it was cool. And then day two was a lot cooler.
Yeah.
I thought day two was a lot cooler. And again, like I told you, I'm a big Victor Hugo fan. So seeing him get those submissions and getting 50K for each of them was like super cool. Cause like I
Yeah.
had like a friend who was just like who like knows I like Victor Hugo, so he hates on him. Like again, that's the black belt Isaac that I was
Yeah.
talking about. It doesn't hate on him, but it's just like piss me off. He'll like try to like troll me, and I'm like, we're next to each other, so I'm like yelling and stuff like that. So it's like it was cool. Like it was super cool. I liked
I
it.
know, I
I'll
know what you mean with Victor Hugo though, because Chris and I, the my co-host of Grapplers Talk, he when he first, started getting on the Victor Hugo bandwagon, I was like, I don't know. And we'd go back and forth. And then what happened at CJI last year,
mm,
kind of, I was just like, hey, maybe he's done, but I think he pulled off, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't he pull off a win in between then over Nicky Rod?
yeah, he did.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's a big
I
win,
think he beat him twice. Like he's beaten him
Yeah.
twice now. So I don't know. I think again, like I like Nicky Rod too. I don't hate on any like grappling. I don't hate on athletes at all. Like I love like everyone's different, right? And like I will root for some over others, right? But it was a super cool. And again, Nicky Rod's a dog too. Like that dude's like if I could be like him, that'd be sick. Like
Yeah.
uh obviously it's not gonna happen, but like again, like those type of athletes, like big, strong, athletic,
Right.
just like banging heads, and I like that stuff. It's cool.
A lot of people don't talk enough about the genetics factor as well
Oh
that plays into these super high level athletes like Michael Jordans and Kobe Bryant's
yeah,
and Tom Brady's and like there is some crazy good genetics involved with
oh
that
yeah,
as well as hard work and dedication and all of the necessary things that you got to do to be great. So but that is the one factor that you can't control is genetics and type and injuries and things like that that pop up over a certain length of time. But
yeah,
um,
man. Genetics plus a good work ethic is just like
it's incredible, right? What it can
you
do.
can't beat that. You can't beat that. If you got good discipline, work ethic, and you got great genetics, like whew, people
Yeah.
are in for a world of hurt.
I think you're going up against somebody with some good work ethic and good genetics this weekend.
I
So
hope so. I hope
yeah,
so.
it
Yeah,
should be a good
I,
one.
I like I like facing like I don't I love challenges, right? Like I'm a big guy. Like I know how hard it is for me to find like really good, like a good opponent that I can go up against and like have a good match with, right? So it's like if they're telling me that Kirk is that guy that I can have a good match with, it's like okay, cool. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's run it.
Yeah.
Because again, like I don't care how big you are. I've faced dudes bigger than me too and beat them. Like it's different, right? Like again, I faced smaller people too, and like might have lost, right? So it's like the size thing doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah.
I'm still just gonna go ahead and just like, do what I do. I'm not gonna hold on one second. Hey, stop barking. Uh, yeah, like the whole size thing and stuff like that, being overly confident and stuff like that. I'm confident. I'm very confident in my ability. Um, but yeah, I'm not gonna ever underestimate anyone, right? I'm gonna go out
Right.
there and do what I do. and hopefully that's like getting a pretty quick W.
Yeah. Nima, in closing, what are some of the goals you have for your jiu-jitsu journey down the road? Where do you see yourself in a few years from now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I really want a world title. I feel like I've been close a couple times now, like in my, it's been less than 3 years of me doing jiu-jitsu, but I feel like I'm right there on getting like a world title at like, blue. Hopefully I do the same thing at purple. I want to do the same thing at brown, and I want to do the same thing at black. If I get to that point, right? The goal is to like obviously just keep improving every day and like still becoming a better person every day as well. Not just becoming a better grappler, but I want to be a better person. I want to be able to like not only just be a good athlete, but also be able to be a good coach.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the guy who just is a competitor, who's just known like as the guy who like he's competing, he has to go hard all the time and stuff like that. No, I want to also be able to like teach everyone else that's like coming in and be able to help them out and you know improve other people's games as well as mine. So yeah, I just want to keep improving, keep competing. As long as I still my body, as long as my body's letting me compete, I'm gonna keep competing. Like I love it. I love it. My job gives me the flexibility to be able to compete. So I'm just gonna keep doing it. And again, if I can get a couple world titles doing that, that'd be great too. I'd like to get
Yeah.
at least one to start
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. Always chasing that, but it's good to have goals. It's good to have aspirations for, your journey along the way. You don't want it to get stagnant or, become, less appealing over time. So you got to have things to set your mind towards and goals to strive towards at the end of the day. But Big Nima, man, it's been awesome getting to chat with you. I'm thrilled for your match this week, and I'm looking forward to it. I just want to give you just a couple minutes for any messages to the fans, any shout outs, anything like that. But always give you a few minutes. The floor is yours.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, just real quick, shout out to Saber Jiu-Jitsu. Shout out Coach Bryant. Thanks for letting me be me and like believing in me, and all the other coaches there and all my teammates and my wife Bruna. Thank you guys for just always believing in me and keeping me like honest with myself and keeping me wanting to improve all the time. Shout out Roman, Kevin at YJJS. Thank you guys for trusting me to be a representative of your brand like no other. Like y'all are the best. Everyone in that squad, man. The Saber squad, the Rooted squad, the Delano, Jay Pages, Orient, the guys at Angle. Yeah, man. Like everyone at oh my God, like Matt Brooks, everyone at Abstract Athletics. Like it's been cool. Coachella Valley Judo Wrestling, like all these guys are like, we have guys from all over, representing YJJS at these gyms. And it's just like, it's so cool to see. And I could see it spreading. So yeah, shout out YJJS. Yeah, man. And shout out Don and Alfredo for giving me the opportunity to actually have this match, right? Like that's huge. Like for me, like I'm super grateful to them for like them trusting me to be able to like not only like go for this title match, but also be the co-main event and like trusting us to like entertain the people that are going to be there. That's like this. That's just like, again, I'm blessed to be able to do this. And yeah, man, shout out to you for having me here.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Dave. Really do. But yeah, that's really it. Shout out to my family for not getting too stressed about me doing this. They're like, you're in your 30s, like please don't hurt yourself. Please don't hurt yourself. Like, and yeah, shout out to them for like being cool with me doing this. They don't like watching me compete too much, but they still got the support and love for me doing this, and they know how much I love it. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, I'm happy, and shout out to like my competitors, and yeah, man, I'm just happy. Like I really am just happy. Like win, lose or draw, like I'm just getting better and just having fun and meeting more people and just building jiu-jitsu. I remember people said jiu-jitsu is just one flag, right? And like it's a big community and everyone's been cool, and I've just been like so happy to be a part of it. So
yeah, you're an important part of the.
Shout out Jeff Miller as well, my strength and conditioning coach. Shout out you, built through strength, the man.
Yeah. Big Nima, if anyone wants to follow you on Instagram, how do they find you?
Yeah, Nima Vida Rolls, Nima Vida Rolls. You probably see me tagged in some Arte Suave posts recently with showing the call out. You can like click on the tag and see my name there, and yeah, give me a follow. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's been awesome getting to talk to you, man. Did you have a promo code for YJJS if anyone orders?
Yeah. Oh, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Use code YJJS NEMA for 10% off. There's going to be a dope release tomorrow morning. There's going to be a nice little no-gi set being released tomorrow morning. I mean, you guys won't see it, but hopefully you get it. Generally, like every Friday morning, there's a release from YJJS. So yeah, just be on the lookout for it. Follow them. Follow me. Yeah. And don't use my friend Justin's code. Don't use Andre's code. Use my code. You can use David's code. It's fine. But use my code, David's code, or my wife's code before she kills me. YJJS Bruna.
Oh, man. Well, it's been awesome getting to talk to you, man. We wish you the best of luck this weekend in your super fight. We know it's going to be an awesome performance. Fans of the show, thank you for tuning in. You can like and follow us on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you download podcasts. Check us out. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Butterfly X and also Spar Bar Soap. We appreciate you guys for all you do. Go use our promo codes for 10% off of your orders over there. Other than that, this has been another amazing episode of Grapplers Talk. This is Dave, and we are out.
This is